Let's go into our highest placing Master Yi list. Perfect split on runes here. Lots of draw power in our battlefields, Dreaming Tree and Grove of the God Willow. And we have some rune recursion with Star Tip Peak. Makes a whole lot of sense to me. Going down into our main board, the one Master Yi Chosen Champion. And for the rest of our units, we have 3 Pit Rookie, 3 Stalwart Poro. We have 3 First Mate, 1 Sunlit Guardian, 3 Clockwork Keeper. I am interested to see only 1 copy of Sunlit Guardian and no copies of Wielder of Water. I think Wielder of Water is a card that we're seeing come out of a lot of Yi lists because it's a higher energy investment than something like Stalwart Poro, and it loses to the same removal. So I think that might be the reason why we're not seeing as many copies of that card. I am a little bit curious though, why 3 First Mate over Sunlit Guardian, besides the fact that First Mate, in my opinion, is a combo enabler where you want to see him later in the game. Especially in this deck where you want to play something that costs 3, like a Sunlit Guardian, throw it into a battlefield, have it defend there for the rest of the game. And of course, Sunlit Guardian has the shield, so it's defending for a 4, and then you factor in all the other buffs that this deck can generate for it. I am curious why we're so low on Sunlit Guardian and we're higher on First Mate, so definitely some interesting stuff there. And then for the rest of the unit lineup, we have Kiana, Snapvine, and we see the White Flame Protector on a repeat run again in topping Yi lists. We do know that when you play this card, you buff a unit, it's clearing out just about any battlefield. I'm just still having a hard time coming to terms with, like, Primal Strength does about the same thing for 4 less energy and 1 less rune, right? You get 1 less power, but with all the runes and recycling you're saving on, is it really worth it? Yes, I know, of course, you get the White Flame Protector body itself. It's a huge 8 might unit on its own that on the next turn can clear a battlefield, or you can even play it directly into a battlefield, retreat your smaller unit, and now you have this insurmountable unit that your opponent probably can't even deal with. I'll have to try it out myself and see if it's really worth all the hype, but definitely solid for sure if it's continuously topping and doing well. And let's go back through our spell lineup. Super standard stuff, the Defies, the On Guards, the Charms. I don't think we see any Wind Wall in the main deck or in the sideboard. That is super interesting, but I guess we'll talk about that a bit when we get to Unyielding Spirit. Any other things we want to talk about in the main board? Of course, the 2 Zonias. Surprised to see 2 Primal Strength over 3, but I guess when you're splitting with White Flame Protector, it seems to make sense here. Let's go down to the sideboard, talking about Unyielding Spirit. I think when you're talking about playing this and or playing Windwall, I think the question is, what does Unyielding Spirit answer that you would hope Windwall would also deal with, right? So in this particular scenario, Unyielding Spirit would answer things like Singularity,